going on, America? I am Graham Allen, and welcome to the newest episode of the Dear America podcast. There is a lot to talk about today. Is Nike anti-American? Does Starbucks hate first responders? And is the U.S. women's soccer team anti-American? Let's find out. Let's jump right into it. Sit back, buckle up, and welcome to the newest episode of the Dear America podcast. Hey! What's going on, America? We are here. For those of you listening in audio, you can't see it. This makes absolutely no sense, but this is our very first episode for those watching on video from the brand new, spanking new, multi-million dollar studio, Dear America podcast.
Would you just look at it?
It is.
Would you just...
It looks like there's some...
Just look at
People at home, just imagine with your mind. I will say that Alyssa looks stunning
Stuck.
with her...
Okay.
Alyssa her feet can't touch in the new chairs because she's so small.
Okay, I'm going to figure it out.
She has her Born in the USA shirt on. Jake has a shirt with a lot of words that I can't read right now.
It's from Flecka's.
Oh, it's from Flecka's? Oh, okay. Our good friend Flecka's. Jake is in a horrible mood this morning.
I am.
I don't know why he's in such a bad mood, but he has shown up grumpy.
That's right.
I don't understand. It was the 4th of July. What's today? The 8th?
I had to get my Black Rifle coffee.
Nice.
Shameless. Nice.
Plug.
That was a shameless
plug.
But well done.
Well done. Well done. Okay, guys. So we're going to jump right into it. Jake's irritated anyway. So let's just get right into Why are you so mad?
Totally irritated.
What's going on?
Is it Graham? Be honest.
Was it me? You can be honest. This is the safety tree or whatever.
That's every day. You
Oh,
know. No, my mother was in town and she just left today, so I'm super sad.
Oh, I thought it might go a different direction. Like my mother's in town.
That's so cute.
That is
man.
really sweet.
That's so cute. Alyssa had a nightmare that my mom showed up
Don't
just
say
the
that.
other day.
I don't guess she listens. She was standing over my bed, like when I woke up.
I highly doubt that my mother is listening to this.
That's true. Anyway,
this
moving on.
story.
Bless her heart.
Yeah, one day we'll get into all that. But anyway, contrast for the morning, your Monday. Jake is sad because his mom's gone. Alyssa has nightmares that my mom will show up. It is a true contrast of the world. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a lot of stuff to talk today. We're going to do a little bit of a recap and then some things that have happened just yesterday. But first and foremost, let's talk about the 4th of July.
Woo, the best holiday ever. My favorite.
Yes, it was a very good time. We hope here at Rant Nation that you had a fantastic time with your family, your friends. You shot fireworks. Hopefully you didn't shoot your hand off, etc., etc. But I want to talk about the controversy leading into it. So a couple days before the 4th of July, everybody knows we're going to jump right into it. By the title of this episode, you know we are talking about Nike. So for those of you who are living under a rock, let me catch you up on what happened. Nike decides that they're going to make a July 4th edition Air Force One Max or whatever it's called with the Betsy Ross flag on the heel. Now, every other American would have been like, cool, I haven't bought Nike since they sponsored Colin Kaepernick, but I might have actually bought those shoes.
I probably would have.
Yeah, they look good.
However, Colin Kaepernick rears his ugly head out of hiding, out of the cave that he's been in for wherever, because he doesn't play football anymore. And he says, hey, Nike, that's racist. And you should probably not do that. And apparently, Colin Kaepernick owns stock or is the majority shareholder in Nike.
Yeah.
And they say, you know what, Colin Kaepernick? You're right. We're not going to do that. We're going to pull it off the shelf. And of course, media firestorm ensues. Jake, your immediate reaction to the situation, and then Alyssa, and then I really want to get into this discussion because obviously I talked about it, but you can only say so much in so many minutes on viral videos. Yeah. So Jake, immediate thoughts.
Not surprised that Nike buckled like that.
Cowards.
You know, they have
sissy.
child labor. You know, they're still having children make their shoes.
Oh,
so
yeah.
They're not holier than thou. It was just a quick, just like Kaepernick the first time. They're up like 2% now in sales, which is Like,
it's a lot of money. I mean, 2% in sales for Nike. I mean,
like 30 billion.
Yeah. Let's be clear. That's a lot of money.
Yeah, they probably saw it as like, oh, this worked really great last time. Let's just do it. It'll create a firestorm, but our sales will go up. You know, people will forget about it here in a few weeks.
Right.
So,
Alyssa,
I'm curious. Do you think it works? Do you think it is creating? I mean, that's frustrating.
They made money.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying, though. Is it working, what they're doing? Like, it's frustrating.
Of course,
it is.
of course
as the
it's
market
working.
closed, 2% is just in 3 days, which added a whopping $3 billion to Nike's market value.
Look at the shoe, though. I mean, seriously, for those of you not watching, we now have TVs in the studio, and we can look at it. It's a good-looking shoe.
It is a good-looking shoe.
Cool.
I would have worn it.
So, okay, here's my little tangent. I'm going to try to keep it as short as possible, but I'm going to say it like this. Nike is nothing more than a bunch of spineless cowards that care nothing about America. They care nothing about culture. Nike is a worldwide company, though. So, I mean, you know, blah, 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 blah. But this was a 4th of July shoe. Mm-hmm. So this was directed towards America. Yeah. So I'm going to speak about it on an American standpoint. Colin Kaepernick. I'm just going to go ahead and get this out of the way right now. This is going to get us a lot of hate. Hopefully it doesn't get us pulled off the air, but here we go. Colin Kaepernick does not care one single freaking bit about black people. Colin Kaepernick doesn't care. In fact, if I were to really dive deep into this, Colin Kaepernick is actually one of the biggest racists out there in the world today. Colin Kaepernick doesn't care about unity. He cares about division. Colin Kaepernick doesn't care about history. He cares about chaos. He is a black modern day version of the Joker. That's who he is. Colin Kaepernick is an agent of chaos. He knows exactly what to do to create enough firestorm to divide us as a nation and divide us as a country.
Is it so that he benefits in some way?
Of course he does. Nike pays him millions of dollars. He makes more money being non-quarterbacked. How do you say that? Being a non-quarter. He was a crappy quarterback in the first place, but he makes more money doing this than he ever made.
But that's my point. My question is, it's obviously working. What does Nike care about? They care about money. And so they did this stunt, and then did they not go up in sales?
Correct.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah,
okay, well, that's what I'm saying. That's why it's like we're still giving attention to it,
Now
though.
people are selling the Betsy Ross shoes on the black market for like $2 to $10 grand.
Really? Yeah, I would have. Yeah, I might have bought them if I was rich.
Okay, all right, but even further. Okay, all right. That's what happened with Nike, but it went even further. Okay, first of all, as far as I'm aware, Nike has not come out and said pretty much anything. They pretty much flipped the world the middle finger, just like what kind of thing, which is whatever. They're a company. They want to make money.
They have child labor.
Child labor, which Colin Kaepernick claims to care about oppression, but he has no problem taking money from a company that is known to have child sweatshops making the shoes. But I digress. July 4th, actual Independence Day. The post from Colin Kaepernick is a video basically showing slavery, and he quotes Frederick Douglass in one of Frederick Douglass's most famous speeches. Basically, what is the independence for me and my. But the problem is this: Colin Kaepernick is an agent of chaos, and I mean that truly. Colin Kaepernick wants to segregate America. Colin Kaepernick wants to bring racism back to America on the opposite spectrum. He takes a famous speech from Frederick Douglass, who, by the way, was an abolitionist. And if you Google right now, do it. I challenge you. Google Frederick Douglass party affiliation, and I guarantee you Democrat don't show up. Frederick Douglass was a Republican, you moron. Anyway, he doesn't misquote. He actually quotes verbatim Frederick Douglass, but he takes it out of context. That speech that he uses to basically show Frederick Douglass saying that America is this horrible place was in 1852. Multiple years before the Civil War even happened, in which Republicans and white people died in the greatest number of casualties ever in any war recorded in American history to free the slaves.
Yeah.
You idiot. I mean, this is the problem, okay? And Colin Kaepernick knows this. Yeah. There's no way that Colin Kaepernick made that post not knowing this is out of context. This is actually not true. Frederick Douglass today would be a Republican and would hate what Colin Kaepernick is doing.
Yeah.
He knew that. But the problem is black culture, young culture, younger generation, liberal left, they don't care. You can point out the facts. You can put the context in the situation. They don't care that was pre-Civil War. They don't care.
Yeah, it's like AOC. You know, she'll say a lot of things that are totally out of context, but nobody's going to read.
Nobody
dumb
cares.
things that come out of a. Never mind.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
she's just like a real person. So
She's a beautiful soul.
Don't bother reading history or checking on the facts.
But
know?
again, they plug into the morality of it. This is good.
They were drinking
because
out of
we
toilet
shouldn't
water.
oppress anyone, or we should do this.
Yeah.
But it works. It's working.
No, of course it works, because what happened was, and this is not racist, guys, this is just the truth. Black people came out of everywhere talking about how racist the Betsy Ross flag was, and how right Colin Kaepernick was to finally call out the racism that the 13-starred flag represents. But people are a bunch of idiots. The 13 stars on the Betsy Ross flag is to represent the 13 colonies. Because that's all there was.
But now go back, because we all have admitted, obviously, our history is very stained, and we talked about this, but I think it needs to be put out there. We realize that we have a history that ain't perfect.
Everybody
Of course.
But
does.
the point is, we have grown, and America is still the best country in the world, because we do grow and we do try to progress, and we can sit here and talk about this right now, and we have free speech.
The point, yes,
Yeah.
but that's the point, Alyssa. That is the point. We live in a society now where they go, that flag existed when slavery was there, therefore that flag represents slavery, we got to get rid of it. Well, under that context, clothes existed when slavery was around because slave owners had clothes. We can't wear clothes anymore. These multi-millionaire, whiny, hypocritical athletes that make millions of dollars should, by their very own narrative of conviction, give away every single dollar that they own because it has the faces on it of presidents that were around when slavery was still there, so your money should be gone.
Yeah.
Shut up.
There's always something.
You're hypocritical.
There is.
You know that you live in the greatest country in the world, which is the only reason that you're able to say this stuff in the first place. You operate your phone, which has immense capabilities to throw out your regurgitated nonsense every single day, because you live in a country where you can buy this at any point in time. You can hop on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, spread your lies, because this is the greatest country and the greatest civilization in the history of mankind.
Yeah.
And you are dumb. Have I said dumb enough?
Yeah,
so
you've
far
said it a few
on this
times
one?
now.
Have I said it? Have I said it
You're
enough?
at your quota.
Okay.
You are really dumb. For
Before
real.
For real.
you are so dumb. Yeah, you are really dumb. Okay.
Climbing in your window.
Final thoughts on this discussion before we move on. Alyssa, ladies first.
On the Colin Kaepernick?
On the Colin Kaepernick, Nike, Frederick Douglass, is America racist? Just anything you want to say.
No, I think I already said it. I mean, we have a history, but that if you can't just X out our history, unfortunately we do have a history, but we are where we are today because we grow and we progress. And so, yes, I don't like him. That's my thought. I don't like him. I don't like that he tries to cause division. I'm sick of division. I wish we would, start creating unity. I'm just sick of it. That's it.
And he's a
Drop the
coward
mic.
too. Debate people. You
He won't do
coward.
it.
Yeah.
You coward.
won't do it.
Quit just saying stuff and then disappearing. Like he literally disappears. He says something, he causes chaos throughout the entire country, and then he ninja vanishes.
Yeah.
He'll be gone for another 6
But
months,
he doesn't.
and then he'll pop up.
He can ninja vanish because he's making millions of dollars. He can just go to his private island and be gone.
Wait for it,
cause
and
attention.
Jake, I'm getting to your final thought, but mark my words right here on the Dear America podcast. What is this, episode 16?
Something
Wow, is it
like
that
that.
many?
Episode 16, Dear America podcast.
Might be
Mark
17.
it down right now. Wait for the NFL season to start, and Colin Kaepernick's head will pop back up out of the sand.
Yeah.
Watch. Wait for it, and it always normally happens between preseason and the first month and a half of NFL football. Watch what I'm telling you. Jake, final thoughts on this topic, then we got to move on.
The old saying, strong men create good times create weak men, weak men
Preach it.
create bad times. Bad
That's
times
good.
creates. We're in such a good time and moment. There is no racism. Are there like racist people in the middle of nowhere, backwoods
Everywhere.
towns? Yeah, in every country on earth. But the least racist country in the world, I'd say, is America. And, I'm gonna get a lot of hate for that, but name the last time.
But it's true.
Yeah, name the last time there was a hate crime, one race against another. Oh, I remember one. The time the dude threw the little 8-year-old over the balcony. The little white
black
kid.
guy.
Yeah, it's like, oh no, that's not a hate crime. That's just a crazy
guy.
guy.
Speaking of hate crimes, though, you got Jussie Smollett, who faked one, and the entire world came to his defense. But now you just had that. Oh, and I can't remember his name. He's an Asian guy, and he's actually a gay.
Andy Ngo.
Yeah,
the journalist.
He actually was attacked, literally attacked
gay,
on camera.
Vietnamese.
Gay, minority, et cetera, et cetera. Nothing.
Yeah. So
Media silence.
But that's just the narrative.
And
like,
if
media
you
can pick their narrative.
Name me a time like that this white guy did something to this black guy because he was black, I'm standing right there with you and persecuting the dude. But it doesn't happen.
But that's the thing. The Andrew guy, it wasn't because he was gay. It was just because
he was a Trump guy.
He was a Trump guy.
Or not Antifa.
Or not Antifa. That's it. Exactly. So it's not hate crimes. It's a we don't like Trump and you're the enemy now kind of crimes. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's move on. Let's move on to my favorite coffee company to make fun of. Starbucks. All right. So let's do that. We love Black Rifle Coffee on this show. America's Coffee. They're not a sponsor of the show. We just are really good friends with the guys at Black Rifle
They're
Coffee.
good guys.
We love what they do. We love what they
just
stand
had Matt
for.
Best on the show.
Just had Matt Best on the show last episode. Okay. Starbucks. Made waves. And of course, I got right in the middle of it.
Made Yahoo.
Made Yahoo again, which you always know that I've done something really right or something really wrong when Yahoo picks me back up.
That's right.
But either way, all right. In fact, Fox News just reached out about this very thing we're fixing to talk about. People that aren't paying attention. Is it Tempe, Arizona? Is that how you say it?
I'm pretty
Tempe.
sure.
Tempe. Okay. In Tempe, Arizona, police officers were asked to leave a Starbucks. I'm assuming by the manager. There it is up on the screen. I'm assuming by a manager. Most of the time, like the normal employees can't ask people to leave a store. But, I'm not going to sit here and say I know that to be fact, but I'm pretty sure it had to have been a manager. The reason they were asked to leave, it's not because they were harassing people. It's not because they were pulling out their guns and flailing them around. It's not because they were harassing women. It's because they were cops, and someone said that they felt unsafe and uncomfortable because the police were in there.
How crazy is that?
I know. That's just insane.
Like,
all right.
What do y'all have in your pockets? Why do you not feel safe? You got some drugs in your
that
pocket?
was Graham's
Well, that's
thought.
what I said. Is I of course made a meme of me standing with a bunch of police officers, and I said, "Hey, Starbucks, most of the time, people that are uncomfortable around police are probably criminals." All right, I didn't say they're always criminals. I said probably. For everyone that's like, oh, so just because I'm a blah blah blah, I'm a criminal. No, I said probably. Read the meme. All right. This is going to be a really good discussion, I feel like, because me and Alyssa have kind of pre-discussed a little bit about this. And so I am very interested to be completely honest and transparent. Starbucks has apologized. Okay, they've made a public.
I think it was the vice president came out.
They've made a public statement, which I still think is very weak. If we're saying it right now, ooh, you wrote a letter. Shut up. Either way, the point is, Starbucks has come out and apologized. Said this is not company policy. So I want to be honest when we have this discussion. Obviously, this is not Starbucks company policy that we hate police. However, this is not the first time that Starbucks has done things that is either anti-American, anti-veteran, anti-police. All right. A couple years ago, they made the vow to hire 10,000 refugees over veterans. They've had multiple situations to where pro-American, pro-law enforcement, pro-first responders have had situations. And now this is yet just another situation of Starbucks. So I want to open up the floor to discussion. Does Starbucks hate police? Does Starbucks hate America? Ladies first. Alyssa, go.
Okay. So I'm going to differ on y'all a little bit on this one. So go back though, because it wasn't but a couple months ago that someone called the police on 2 African-American men who looked suspicious, and turns out they were just waiting on someone else. So it is clearly like they're a hot mess because it's just across the board. They're causing problems.
Right.
Now, as an upper level, like management, because we know they support
Planned Parenthood. Major
Okay, so I don't
contributors to
agree.
Planned
I
Parenthood.
don't agree with like corporate. Okay, I don't agree with corporate. I think they needed to get it together. They're clearly struggling across the board on a lot of things.
On morals.
But I also feel like that these were employees that did these things that are causing all these problems.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think that needs to be taken into account. So I feel like it's almost more of a societal problem than it is a Starbucks problem, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
for sure.
so I'm going to keep going in a second, but Jake, go ahead.
Jake,
I'll let
go
you
ahead.
have the floor for a
I
minute.
was just looking at that logo. Like, is that like some pagan goddess or
Oh,
something?
Christians have argued it for years.
Yeah,
that it's
Really?
some weird thing.
I don't know.
Well, I kind of feel the same way, Alyssa. I don't think Starbucks hates police, because if somebody was robbing a Starbucks, that's probably who they'd call. But that customer who felt uncomfortable probably believes that cops just going around killing black people. Like, just, that's part of their job.
Right.
You know, cops are just these evil, safari hunters, basically. But it just goes with the narrative, I guess, that, cops are bad. All these Antifa protests in Washington, D.C., cops were lumped into the same group. Cops are as bad as Trump for whatever reason. And there's no shortage of, police brutality videos, but that doesn't touch, the opposite. How many do go out there and do good things every single day.
Okay, but I guess that's my point, though, because in a few bad employees, then we should all boycott Starbucks. I mean, I'm just being devil's
I
advocate.
think we
all right.
should boycott them for other reasons.
Okay, but
not
all
their
right. So
employees.
let's play that devil's advocate for a minute, because I've had a couple days now to think about this, because my first instinct is, to be clear, I don't purchase nothing from Starbucks or Nike. Personal conviction, you don't support America, you don't support first responders, law enforcement, our veterans. I don't support you. Period. End of discussion.
Okay, but
Case shut.
you attack it on a macro level, which I'm fine with.
I'm sweetheart. I'm getting to.
But you attack on a macro level. I attack more on a micro level because I'm all about the relationship. So in Columbus, Mississippi, my girls at Starbucks, we are still close. We hugged and took pictures when I said bye because they became a part of my life. And so I don't know. It's kind of a tit for tat because I'm not gonna. I mean, a lot
The
of these,
same people
wait,
kicking police officers out of Starbucks are the same people saying that Chick-fil-A is a bigot and anti-gay. It's the same people.
Okay, but that's
right.
still on a macro level. I'm talking about the personal relationship I have because a lot of these people are normal Americans just working hard to get through school.
I'm not-
Get through school.
not
Why?
negating that.
But why are they working so hard to get through school? Because they have really good benefits. Starbucks has really good benefits, so
True.
they work full time at Starbucks.
And it's not easy necessarily to get a job at Starbucks, so you have to be pretty decent, have a decent resume of
true.
like. So in that case, you have a pretty good resume to take somewhere else if that's where you want to work. If you're fine working for a company that's where they put their money, I don't really judge you. Do whatever you want. Sex work is real work.
Okay, again,
Work wherever you want.
all I'm saying is this. Yes, there are good people that work in these horribly led conglomerate companies.
Yeah.
Okay. What I'm trying to bring to the board is, at what point are we going to hold Starbucks accountable and businesses like Nike accountable for being blatantly, as far as corporate goes, anti-America, anti-first responder, et cetera, et cetera? When are we going to hold Starbucks accountable to be able to have a manager to say, you know what, sir or ma'am, they're a paying customer just like everybody else. They're not causing any kind of problems. If you feel unsafe, then you have the right to leave, but they're not doing anything. You see what I'm getting at? That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying shut Starbucks down. That's a stupid thing to say because there are good people that work in Starbucks. I'm saying, when are we going to do something about this pattern?
Are you okay? I don't know the answer to that, but are you not doing something by exposing them right now by speaking truth?
They're not doing anything. What they should have done is, besides writing a letter, they should make, I don't know, some kind of free Starbucks for a year for the Tempe, Arizona Police Department or something.
No, I agree.
Send a representative to the police department to apologize. You know what I'm saying? These are the men and women who get up every single day. Some of them make less money than your managers at Starbucks.
Yeah.
Police in certain areas make garbage money. In Jackson, Mississippi, our home state, the worst state to be the worst city to be a police officer in the state of Mississippi, they make $25,000 a year before taxes.
Yeah.
Okay? Do you understand what I'm saying? These men and women get up every single day to protect people who hate them.
Okay,
and it drives me insane.
And I agree that corporate level, yes, I feel like that's all you, baby. Like, and I think all of us, and I'm not judging. If you want to go to Starbucks, I'm fine with it. If you don't, I'm fine with it.
I'm not going to hate on you.
No. As long as you're attacking it from some position. Yeah. But say what you said again.
What? What
go
part?
Back.
I've said a lot of things.
Just a second ago, what did you say?
About police?
Remember? Yeah.
About that these men and women make not.
Okay, that was it. Sorry, I had to trigger my thought there.
Some places they do. To be honest, they make good money in some places.
They do. But again, I feel like it really is a societal problem because when did we get away from, I'm going to buy you a cup of coffee, all of y'all, sir? Like we try to make it a point to our men and women in uniform to be like, oh my gosh, they're here. And I get excited because I'm like, oh, we can actually serve them for a minute.
Right.
So at what point in society did it become, I don't like this. I don't feel safe. You need to leave. So again, I feel like we are on a much deeper level society-wise because that was a person.
Right.
Even with, calling the police for the 2 African-American, like where are we at right now? Yeah. That's what really concerns me.
You get the video of the little, 5-year-old kid who's a white kid and he sees the black cop over there and he's just so giddy and he wants to go over there and give him a hug and take a picture. He's just like, a police officer.
Yeah, cool, because that's
awesome.
a position of honor. What does our pastor always say? Respect the
position.
Or respect and honor the position.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we've just gotten away from that. Even with the presidency, we've just gotten away from that.
We are in this because we have a Colin Kaepernick mentality society. Period.
I agree.
Straightforward, case in point. I've said this for years, that Colin Kaepernick's actions 3 years ago now, kneeling for the anthem, did something to America, and it was not a positive thing.
No.
We are more divided today than we ever were 3 years ago because Colin Kaepernick wanted to unify us by pointing out oppression and discrimination, where what he really did was he put a target on the backs of anybody that's patriotic, anyone who wears our uniforms, all of our LEOs. That's what he did. He created this hysteria, and mass multi-million-dollar corporations are playing into it to include Starbucks.
And I think
that's what I'm saying.
That's part of the problem is the media, the other celebrities, the other players that play into it and make it a bigger thing. If everybody would have just turned and looked at him like, stand up, you idiot.
Exactly.
They would have been over. But everybody was like, oh, look what he's doing. He's making a statement. Media feeds right into it.
And then everybody jumps on it.
Yeah.
And that's my point, though. I feel like on both sides, people see a bandwagon like, ooh, I'm just going to boycott, Starbucks. If that's what you personally feel, then you should do that. But for the love of Pete, can people start researching things for themselves and stop just jumping on even a Graham bandwagon? Like, research these.
Thank you, sweetheart.
I love you, baby. But you have your personal convictions of what you believe.
Alyssa keeps me grounded, ladies and gentlemen. She lets me know every day that I am not as awesome as I think that I am.
I'm saying you personally have been convicted, and that's why you don't do those things.
True.
Don't just follow you. Read things for yourselves. Form your own opinions, and then go from there.
True, like Nike. Every once in a while, people will write me because they'll see me in a Nike tank top that was purchased pre-Nike signing Colin Kaepernick. Since that moment, I have not bought Nike, period. I have not done it. I also do not believe in burning clothing and all this other kind of stuff either. I think that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But personal conviction. So yes, I will agree. I do not agree that I do think that Starbucks is anti-America. I think so is Nike. I think Starbucks is anti-first responders. I know Nike is. But I will say that personal convictions are just that. They're personal convictions. So if you want to go to Starbucks, cool. I'm not going to hate on you for it. I think you should invest your money in other companies like Black Rifle Coffee or patriotic apparel companies, or it doesn't even have to be patriotic apparel.
How about underwear companies?
Yeah, or underwear companies.
Speaking of.
As Jake points out, many people don't have the metaphorical balls to speak out about things, but that leads us to our next sponsor, Tommy John. As summer sizzles, do you feel like you're cooking in your clothes? If you can't handle the heat, you need new underwear. obviously, and Tommy John has the perfect solution. Tommy John's innovative, cool cotton underwear for men and women is a summer must-have. It's like your own on-body air conditioner, right, Jake?
That's right.
Jake, you love Tommy John.
I love Tommy John.
Jake is actually showing me his Tommy John logo in his underwear right now. It is highly uncomfortable,
How about
but
that?
moving on. Tommy John's cool cotton fabric features breathable, lightweight fibers that keep you 2 to 3 times cooler and dry 4 to 5 times faster than regular cotton. Tommy John is so sure you're going to love the fit and feel that it's all backed by their best pair you'll ever wear, or it's free guarantee. Jake is wearing the same pair and he's never taken it off.
Every day.
That means if you don't love your first pair, you'll get a full refund. Tommy John, no adjustment needed. Hurry to TommyJohn.com/Graham now to get 20% off your first order. That's TommyJohn.com/Graham for 20% off. TommyJohn.com/Graham. And on to our sponsor, Tac Pack. Tac Pack is the premier monthly subscription box for military, tactical, and Second Amendment enthusiasts. For just $49.95 a month, they ship you at least $100 worth of gear from companies like 511, HexMag, Mission First Tactical, Arma Spec, and America Grip, to name a few. They ship out AR-15 parts, everyday carry tools, knives, cleaning kits, and a mix of other tactical gear and apparel direct to you. Sign up before August 1st to make the deadline for the next pack. They sold out of June and July early, and they will sell out of August just as fast. This pack features 5 items worth a combined value of $115. The centerpiece item is some highly in-demand range eyewear along with some AR parts, plus everyday carry and survival items. This one has it all. Go to TacPack.com, and when you use the promo code RANT at checkout, they'll ship you an ABKT folding knife absolutely free. So if you're into tactical gear for the best So if you're into tactical gear from the best companies for half the price, TacPack is for you. Go to TacPack.com and get the August pack today. TacPack.com, TacPack.com, offer code RANT. Anyway, now that money is out of the way, let's move on to our next topic that has taken the internet by storm. And I have a video going right now of which a lot of people are probably upset. Let's talk about the U.S. women's soccer team winning the World Cup.
They won?
They won.
Yay, they did win.
Didn't even know.
Congratulations.
So yes, let's be fair. Okay, let's be fair before we get into this. Congratulations to the U.S. women's soccer team, because everybody on that team is not a sorry piece of garbage. So congratulations to all of you for your hard work going out there and representing America.
Kicking balls.
The best country.
However, let's talk about how well you're actually representing America. Megan Rapinoe and Alex Morgan, I think the other one is, that's been so vocal about, I could be wrong on her name. I know Megan Rapinoe. So Megan Rapinoe, she kind of looks like...
She the short-haired...
Short-haired, kind of scary.
Have you ever seen the movie Constantine?
You're thinking of... oh my goodness.
She looks like the angel from Constantine that's always talking to Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, she does.
Whatever. Jake can find out her name
hair,
while we're doing that. Anyway, cast of Constantine, find it. Anyway, all right. She has come out multiple times, even before they won the World Cup, and she basically has said she's not standing for the anthem, or she's not saying the national anthem, not for oppression, not for equality. What's her name?
Tilda Swinton.
Tilda Swinton.
Yeah.
She looks like a Tilda Swinton. Anyway, I always like to compare people to like actors and actresses that I see.
Not as pretty,
That
though.
one's pretty dead on.
Yeah, thank you.
Well,
right,
I think that
everybody,
one's
right
prettier than
now,
Constantine.
Google that and then tell me that this chick don't look just like her. Anyway, all right. She has come out multiple times to say that she's not proud of America. She's not reciting the national anthem, not for equality, not for women's rights, not for oppression. Why? Because F Donald Trump.
She just hates him.
Literally, that is why.
It's pretty deep.
That's why she's doing it. F Donald Trump. They also asked her, if you happen to win, would you go to the White House? She goes on to say, F no, I ain't going to the White House.
And then she recently just tweeted, I saw that basically she feels that most of her sports friends, what do you call them, colleagues? What do you call your
Teammates.
There it is. Teammates.
We played a lot of sports growing up.
I actually did play softball.
Is it your comrades?
Your comrades.
Your coworkers, that they wouldn't go either because she felt like they were going to support, them and her, and that no one wanted to go to the White House.
God
All right.
forbid.
Which I'm like, I'll go.
Okay.
Let me take a spot.
All right. So a video has surfaced from them winning, and basically it's like the main three. All right. Because I believe Megan is the captain. Forgive me. I'm not 100% versed in the hierarchy of the U.S. women's national team. Who's the captains? Who's the whatnot?
I couldn't tell you.
I'm pretty sure she is because Rosie O'Donnell, one of my favorite
she on
people
the team
on Twitter. She could be the goalie. Anyway, the point is,
that was
anyway, what? I'm sorry, guys. It just came out. This is live podcasting. Anyway, Rosie O'Donnell tweeted a thing, and it had her, and it said Captain America on it. So I'm assuming that Megan is the captain.
I thought she was benched though, that she wasn't really even playing that much. Is that wrong?
No,
She
no,
was
she
benched for
sat for
something.
one. She sat for one or something.
Yeah.
Either way, all right. Moving on to what I'm saying. A video comes out when they win, and it's Megan and it's two other people, and basically they've got the flag, and they throw the flag down on the ground.
It hits the ground.
To celebrate. I don't care about it hitting the ground. Look, it's not supposed to. You should know flag etiquette.
Yeah.
But I also understand heat of the moment kind of stuff.
Sure.
Sometimes you don't
Like
think about
big
it.
deal
But it
is
was
an
a
accident.
blatant. No, now hold on.
If it's
I'm
an
getting to
accident.
it. They blatantly threw it down. Like it
Yeah.
was, they had it in their hand, they dropped it, let it go. It's not like it was on their
and
back.
then a girl, if you watch the video, a girl
Girl
runs
comes
up
like off the bench and
and
like picks it
grabs
up,
it.
kind of in the back. All right, it's not like it was on their shoulders and they were running around and then they lifted their arms and it fell to the ground. No, they had it. They dropped it to do like their little dance or whatever they do. Okay, did they do it intentionally? Like to mock America? No, probably not. But
I don't know, because they said that everyone has to have flag etiquette on how to handle the flag. I saw that.
well,
so-
that's probably true
And
too.
she doesn't seem to like America.
What I'm getting at is I think it was less of a deliberate "F-U America" moment and more of a they just don't care about America,
Yeah.
and that's what happens when you don't care. So here's my problem with the U.S. women's soccer team. All right, you won the title, but you lost America. Period. And this is what I mean by that. Okay. Question number 1 for joining the U.S. women's soccer team. Do you love America? Yes. That's how long it should take you to answer that question.
Yeah.
If you have
Agreed.
to go, get out of here, you're disqualified.
Right.
I don't care how good you can dribble kick a ball and all that other kind of curve it like Beckham or bend it like Beckham or whatever the
I
crap
like
it
that you're
is.
going to dribble a soccer ball.
Well, what is it called?
It's probably
I
called
think it is
dribble.
dribbling.
Is it a soccer ball? That's basketball.
Ladies and gentlemen, hashtag Dear America, let us know. I don't play
Google it.
soccer. How
You
do you
continue on your
how do you-
rant.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
Google
look this up.
Google what it is called. Here's
Yeah.
my thing. If you're going to play soccer in America on a team, okay, whatever. You just want to play. Okay, got it. If you're going to represent America in the World Cup, shut your freaking mouth. American pride should be the de facto number one reason that you are on that team. If you don't want to win for America, then get off the team. This should have been a win for America to demonstrate that we're Americans and we're better than you.
Well, it's not like the national leagues where
I'm staring straight at the camera. Yeah, I said it. We're Americans and we're better than you. It should have been a unifying moment.
Yeah.
Like, yes, we did it. America on top. Number one. Yay for the girls. The girl Americans. We did it. But no. It was a campaign of social justice. Screw the president. Screw America. We're going to do it all on our own. Screw you guys. That was the entire campaign. That was it.
It was.
It was the entire thing. Jake, your thoughts. Alyssa, your thoughts. And then I want to get into this, what happened after they won.
Well, in like national leagues, like say the NBA, you have your superstars, and for a lot of people, that's what it's about. It's about LeBron, you know, whatever. Baseball has the same thing. The World Cup and the Olympics, there are those stars, but they're their country. You know?
It's
and
like the dream team.
but this is the Team USA, not Team Rapinoe or whatever she was in the National League. I have no idea what team she
I don't
played
care.
for, but it's like, get out of your own head, drop the ego, and you're playing in the World Cup. That's what people are chanting, USA. You know, it was probably F USA, but yeah.
America is the most diverse place in the world. It is, as far as equality
Hands
goes. Who was it? Tosh Point said it best. He's like, look at the Olympics. Look at the American team. You got some black people, you got some white people, some Mexicans, some Chinese people, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Look at the Chinese team.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Look at the Chinese team. Look at the Mexican team.
Yeah, look at Nigeria.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Look at these other places.
And they don't drop their flags.
And they don't drop their flags.
They would be in some serious trouble.
By God. Anyway, Alyssa, what do you think? And then I want to get into this
I just
equal
feel like
pay
it's
stuff.
really disheartening. It's like you can't do anything. You can't do a sports. You can't go to a movie. I just feel like it's very disheartening. The constant, again, just division that seems to be everywhere. You can't watch a sports and celebrate America. That we won the World Cup. It's I just feel like it's just really disheartening.
I agree, but okay. And here's the thing: this is going to get us in trouble, and I'm glad we have a woman here. Thank you, babe.
Oh no!
All right, so
oh wait, and it is called dribbling. There you go, you win.
I'm
like 0 for 2
and the
on
men
soccer.
reign supreme again.
Let's talk about dance.
My God. My God. All right. So after the women win, the crowd starts chanting equal pay. All right.
Are you serious?
No, yeah.
I didn't hear that.
No, I'm serious. Equal pay.
I didn't hear any of it.
Equal pay. All right. So I'm going to debunk this right now. Equal pay. So that's been another thing. That when I said this was about them and a social justice issue, that's what it was about. They want to make the same amount of money as the men do in soccer. So here's the debunking thing here. This is not about equality of pay. It's not. It's not about gender. It's not anything. You do have equal pay. In fact, did you know that the women's soccer team made 13% of the revenue generated by their games? So what that means for people listening at home is that the games that you play, people watch, that has advertisers, that brings money, et cetera, et cetera. FIFA or FIFA, whatever the whatever the crap it's called, makes their money, and then you get 13% of that to disperse amongst your team. You make your money. Okay? Men made 9%.
Ooh.
Okay? Now hold on.
Plot thickens.
Men made a lot more money. Do you know why? Because men generated
they're better at soccer?
No, they actually lost in the World Cup. Either way, the point is the men's games generated $4 billion, of which they made 9%. The females generated $73 million.
Yep. Under
their own argument, they should have made even less money than they actually did. Because if this was equal pay, then they should have made 9% of 73 million instead of 13%.
Yeah.
This is not about equality. This is not about gender equality. This is not about pay equality. You just want to make more money.
Yeah.
So call it what it is.
But again,
you want to be paid more. You don't want to be equal. You want to be paid more.
But what have we been preaching the entire time? It always goes back to power and money, which again is why it's so disheartening. It's attention.
People, I will say this, okay? Social justice people, and I'm going philosophical on us here for a second. People that believe in these social justice issues, like there's a gender pay gap, there's not equality for women, lesbians and gay people don't have the same rights as everybody else. People that believe this mindset are never, ever happy with anything.
Right.
Nothing.
It's like, give them the raise.
Yeah.
They're still going to find something else.
A year
Exactly.
from now, they'll say, well, we did even better this year, so we should make money. To put it in layman's terms perspectives of what they're arguing here, okay? I just broke it down for soccer, but let's put it in terms people can understand. I work at a car lot, okay? Graham works at a car lot. Sheila works at the car lot too. Sheila sells 100 cars in a month. I sell 12. I should make the same amount of money as Sheila.
What if you were a female?
But that's what I'm saying. I'm flipping the genders, right? So that's what they're saying. They're saying that Sheila sold 12, I sold 100. but I make more money because I'm a man. No, I sold more cars. The men's soccer team didn't make more money because they're men. They generated more ad revenue because more people watched their games. Right. It has nothing to do with what genitalia you have.
No, well, here's my thing. Okay, there's always going to be men who look down on women, right? There's always going to be racist people in the world. But my thing is, if you just victimize and keep victimizing all that, you never go anywhere. So shut up, work harder, figure it out, come up with a solution instead of just whining. And you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. There's no work ethic. It's just, hey, give me this. Give me more money. This isn't fair. Okay, life's not fair. I don't know when we came to the conclusion that everything was going to be fair.
Life really sucks.
But life is hard. Point. It's not fair. So.
Hashtag Dear America. Let us know if you think that pay gap is a myth. Let us know what you think. But moving into that, let's liven it up a little bit. Let's bring some funny tweets in before we get to yours, that? Jake.
We'll do that in a second.
This person is called Chelsea Peretti?
Sure, Peretti. Sounds good.
Never heard of her before, but she's verified, and this goes along with what we're talking about. We got to get to a sponsor, but we're going to knock out two things real quick, and then we'll get to one of our sponsors. All right, so talking about equality with women and men, Chelsea Peretti, I'm assuming that's how you say it. Never heard of her before. She's a verified account. Listen to this intelligence, okay? 152,000 likes. Wow. So 152 idiots agreed with this. All right? Okay.
At least you didn't say dumb.
152 dumb idiots agreed with this. All right. You ready? Okay. I'm going to try to read it, and you're probably going to make me read it again because it's like, what? All right. I can't get over the concept that women birthed every man. So every misogynist was brought into the world from the labor of a woman. The hate is really mind-blowing.
Do what now?
Yeah, she's basically saying that, I guess, the Lord is cruel because every man
comes from a woman.
Is she assuming my gender identity?
Thank you, Jake. Thank you. Exactly. Wow. How dare you assume that you're birthing a man? How dare you?
So because we give birth to men, then we should reign over you.
You are responsible for your own oppression.
Unless the man doesn't identify as a man.
All right, Jake, what's yours? Then we got to get to the sponsor.
All right, here's another misogynist kind of thing. Air conditioning is unhealthy, bad, miserable, and sexist. I can't believe how many times I've gotten sick over the summer because of overzealous AC.
Oh, you poor baby.
Who is that? Do you know who that is? Taylor Lawrence?
Go live in Uganda or something then, where there is no AC. The person that invented AC has a special place in heaven, in my opinion.
Well, I think she's saying, like, men always have it super cold. And she's like, I want to be able to wear a dress in the summer.
Oh, my God.
But men...
okay, I had this workplace problem, and I think a lot of my female counterparts will agree. You can buy a heater.
Yes.
And put it in your office.
Hashtag Dear America. Is it easier to get warmer or easier to stay cold? Which one is it? It is so much easier to warm up. I didn't say that right.
Is it
easier to warm up or is it easier to cool off? Hashtag Dear America.
But also, we kept our office cold because why? Germs, cold.
Studio equipment.
That's why hospitals are cold, people. That's why it works.
Buy a heater. Quit whining.
All right. Before we get into anything else, let's do this. We got to make some money with our sponsors.
Woo, woo.
All of us here at the Dear America podcast believe in the Constitution and respect the Second Amendment. There are a lot of holster brands to choose from. Some are good, some not so good. But what does your holster say about you? Starting at just $37, We the People holsters are custom made right here in America. USA! USA! Their designs are updated monthly in-house, which means they don't use third-party molds. They even have their own 3D design team who measures every micromillimeter of their guns to ensure the perfect fit. Their unique and intuitive clip designs allows for you to easily adjust both the cant and ride of your holster so that it will fit comfortably and securely at all times. Go to wethepeopleholsters.com/Graham and get yours today. Every holster ships free and comes with a lifetime guarantee, but that's not all. Enter the offer code Graham and receive an additional $10 off your order. Support your country, defend the Constitution, and support a great American business. Satisfaction guaranteed. wethepeopleholsters.com/Graham. Offer code Graham.
All right.
Yeah.
So we're going to lead with this now. So apparently this is the funny, stupid criminals because I love them so much.
Everybody loves your funny, stupid
know.
criminals.
Well,
They comment all the time.
Oh, do they? Oh, lovely. Well,
Yeah.
I can't help it. But basically, deputies were hot on this trail. Found along the trail, they found a cash register parts,
Okay.
surveillance system parts, rubber gloves, loose change, and a steady trail of macaroni salad. This is a quote.
Ted Bundy.
The sheriff's office said, basically, it was discovered that the suspect stole a large bowl of macaroni salad, which they took turns eating along their escape route.
That's just
which,
smart.
Which led the police officers straight to the 3 criminals who robbed.
They left a little trail.
They literally followed the trail. Of macaroni
So
salad.
instead
to
of a
arrest
trail
them.
of breadcrumbs,
It was a trail of macaroni salad that they
macaroni
shared.
salad, which is disgusting, by the way.
It's also disgusting because obviously they didn't have spoons.
Macaroni
so-
salad's
Like
disgusting.
pasta salad, you mean?
Yes, and they're
No,
like
I
eating
love
it with,
pasta
but they're
salad.
eating it with their hands.
You're
like,
not eating salad, Jake. You're eating weird macaroni.
okay, but
That's not a salad.
Okay, but wait, are you high? Like who runs away and is like eating with all their parts?
You gotta have sustenance as you're running through the woods.
like they're dropping all their parts.
You need
like,
carbs.
What the
You
heck?
need carbs to run.
Gotta carb up.
All right. Okay. That's pretty good. All right. Speaking of police stuff, I'll have you know it is breaking right now as of last night. Breaking news. Ladies and gentlemen, I know that you haven't been able to sleep well at home, but it is time to rest assured that the ice cream licking bandit has been caught and is now in police custody.
Is that
Thank
that
God.
girl?
Have you guys heard about this
Yes,
chick?
I have.
So a viral video went viral because that's what a viral video is. God, I'm an idiot. Anyway,
Such stupid dumb.
I'm so stupid, dumb
Stupid
sometimes.
dumb.
A viral
Stupid
video
dumb.
went viral. Anyway, this chick opens a ice cream thing for people that don't know what we're talking about. They film it. She licks the ice cream, puts the lid back, starts putting it back in the stores.
Come on.
Yeah, so that's what she's doing. So the police have been in a massive manhunt because how dare you disrespect Bluebell in such a way?
Amen.
They cared less about the germs of infecting people and more about the blatant disrespect. You don't ever take first lick of ice cream if you didn't buy it.
Correct.
Ever. Unless you're on a first date and you're trying to get lucky, maybe. I don't know. But even then, it's susceptible to your own personal beliefs. That's weird.
Ben and Jerry should hop on this.
They should.
They say first lick, new edition, have a picture of her on the outside of the can. And like a little red.
Oh
Ew.
no! Oh no! Ben and Jerry should do a marketing thing. Have it with like a lock on it that says "Nobody licks our ice cream."
There, yes,
Oh,
yes.
anyway,
That's good.
but it turns out that this chick is a juvenile. So they were actually talking about sending her to jail for like 20 years or something because it's something like disease worthy or something. But because she's a juvenile now, she's got to go to juvie court. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what we'll see what
Daggum,
the
ice cream
breaks are.
lickers.
How
All right. go, Jake. What you got?
I was just going to ask how much of a juvenile she is. Because if she's like 15, yeah, what an idiot. If she's 17,
close to 18,
yeah,
yeah.
it's like, ooh, you might want to.
Okay, I have
twice.
something.
Go ahead.
Okay. This is from my hometown. Well, it's not. It's in Mississippi, so my state. I don't actually know what town it's in. But Mississippi now has a burger label ban for plant-based products.
Get
So
them
do you-
plant burgers
the-
out of here.
Basically,
Get
yes.
them
So if-
fake vegan burgers
Yes.
out of here. We don't want them.
Yes, if you're advertising like veggie burger, vegan hot dog on their products, such labels are now punishable with jail time because it's not a burger.
That tofu
Dadgum
get you breast
It's
cancer.
the
I
wrong
love it.
combination is what it is.
That's right.
Dadgum combination. All right, so let's talk about this. Let's talk about it lightly real quick. I want to make a light joke. As far as I know, I could be wrong. No one has been seriously hurt in the California earthquakes that have happened. As far as I know,
I haven't seen anything on deaths or
but
anything.
we hope that anyone that was injured can be
Speedy
recovery. But I want to talk about the fact that people are wanting to rename the San Bernardino fault line Trump's fault.
Are you serious?
Yeah, they want to name it Trump's, because it says
I am
because
all
it's got
about
fault
that.
and it says Trump's fault.
I'll vote
Weird.
for that.
Like they
Sure.
want to rename it
In
Trump's fault.
100 years, it's like, that's Trump's great fault.
Yeah.
Nobody will remember the bad connotation
That's
with it.
true.
Well, a lot of people made the reference of the irony of the most anti-American state having some of their biggest earthquakes ever on the 4th of July. Maybe God's trying to tell you something.
Yeah. What's the Cadillac Mountain or whatever
I
that
don't know.
Obama
I don't know
renamed
enough
it
about
to the Indigenous Peoples Mountain or whatever
don't
it
know.
was. Trump ought to rename that.
There you go. All right. So I want to end this out with a more serious discussion. I have a tweet viraling right now of where I actively call out
Viraling.
Like a disease.
It's viraling.
What do you call it? Trending. There we go.
Trending.
Twitter
We're not
It's a
doing
viral
good on
video.
our
Twitter-
words
Viral.
today.
No,
Twitter trends. Facebook is viral. That's what it is. So, okay. Either way, I have a tweet trending of which I call out AOC. And this is this is not uncommon, but this particular one, did you guys ever see Mini AOC, the little girl that like made fun of AOC?
Yes.
Very innocent way.
Yeah. She's like 9. Okay.
Yeah.
Like she may even be younger than that, but she can't be older than 10. All right. So this little girl who kind of favors AOC, her and her family are obviously conservatives. So they started making parody videos of Mini AOC. They take off. People love it. It's superstardom, blah, 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 blah.
It's cute.
It's cute. It's a kid. Literally a kid. Not 17. No, kid. Anyway, AOC supporters then do what radical leftists do, and they go and start death threatening the little girl and the families. So the parents step in and say, absolutely not. We got to take the site down because adults are threatening a child. So I go on Twitter and I call out AOC and I say, AOC, I'm calling you out to publicly condemn what your supporters have done to a child because you claim free speech and you claim equality for all in that regard and you claim no hate, but yet your very supporters are threatening death upon a child for poking fun at you in a parody situation. Just so you know, it has like 20-something thousand reshares and things like that on Twitter right now. Absolute crickets from AOC. Absolute. In fact, the funny thing is she just posted that she is thinking about taking a vacation for a while, which I find funny. What amount of responsibility do we have as influencers in situations like this to say something and condemn the actions of such things? Do you think that I'm out of line? Do you think that given the fact that this is a child and it is obviously her supporters that are attacking this child by means of threatening death, how the police aren't involved in this, I don't really know.
Right.
This is a child that adults are threatening. I think that's automatic jailable offenses. But do we have a responsibility as influencers to make statements and say, hey, this is not okay, you know?
Yeah.
I think. Oh,
go ahead.
Oh, I
Ladies
think you
first.
do. I think you should always use your voice for good. So I feel like if it was reversed, if someone supported, a Republican or whatever, and they were still making death threats to a child, then I hope we would call them out too. Like, does that make sense? Like, it goes across the board. This is a child. This is ridiculous. Like, there's never, I don't care what party you are, to go after a child.
There's never a time to threaten death on anyone, period.
On anyone,
Yeah.
exactly. But then to take it to a child level, like, come on, people. What are we doing?
There's crazy people everywhere. There are Trump supporters who are missing half their brain. And if they went out and did something.
There are morons on every side.
Yeah. And if they went out and did something, is it Trump's like moral obligation to say something? Like, if it was a big enough deal, like, absolutely. But at the same time, like you were saying, where are the police? Like, is this Twitter? Were these like direct messages on Twitter?
Even if it is, it has to do with a child.
Right.
So it
absolutely.
should automatically go into
So I'm curious,
police should step in.
What are you hoping that AOC accomplishes? Because someone could come back at you if someone made a video, and then, so are you hoping she says to her fans, hey,
If
this isn't
my
right?
supporters, and it got back, here's what I'm saying. There is no way AOC doesn't know about this.
Oh, no, I know.
It's been broadcast on Fox News. It is everywhere that this child has been threatened by death and all this stuff. Obviously, you can't know everything that people that support you and follow you do.
Correct.
But when it gets to this level, there's no way she doesn't know. Yeah. And in my opinion, I'm not expecting her to respond to me, but I'm expecting her to respond to everything
to her followers
that is going on because she knows.
I agree.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. Like, do it once in general for everybody, because man, I made an AOC video. Like, I'm sure somebody like wants to kill me because I made a funny little song about her.
Right.
And all the people, I mean, that'd be thousands of people every day. You'd be like, hey, I got to say something about this. Hey, I got to say something about this. It's like, be more transparent.
Here's what I can truly say. If I found out that some of my supporters did something terrible to someone else because they supported me and that person was talking about me, so they attacked them or they threatened death, I would book a flight and I would fly straight out to the people affected and I would make a public statement with them there. This is not okay. And I do not condone this. I do not believe in this, and this cannot happen. We cannot do this. So yes, I can say that 100%. If it got to that level, other adults, like going back and forth and bickering back and forth, grow up, man. But a child, or if someone actually did something,
that's definitely different.
When it comes to children and when it comes to actual acts, yes, I believe AOC should have been on a plane 3 days ago.
No, I agree.
To wherever many AOC lives.
And I do think y'all have a responsibility as influencers, like I said, to do good, to make sure you use that voice to correct those like, whoa, this is way out of line. Like, no, this is not what we were talking about.
Hashtag Dear America. Let us know what you think. Does AOC have a responsibility to say or do something about what has happened to Mini AOC, a child? Let us know what you think. Do we have any other funny things to go about before we do this? All right, so that's it for this episode of the Dear America podcast.
Woo.
If you are listening, make sure to subscribe and give us 5 stars and tell your friends. I can't believe we made this in just over an hour. I think this might be our longest one yet, but there was so much to talk about. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you again so much from the bottom of our hearts. We still can't believe the success of this podcast, and it's all because of you. Really quick, Alyssa, where can they find you?
It's Alyssa Allen on Facebook and Instagram.
Jake?
It's producer_Jake on Instagram.
You making fun of me right now?
I'm echoing.
And like, I'm totally Graham Allen, and you can find me on every avenue of every platform. That's all we have for this episode of the Dear America podcast. Thanks for joining, and we'll see you again next time.